everyone. Welcome to Volunteer Vibes. Denise Middleton here. Hope you guys have been having a great week. It is finally Friday. And you know what? The weekend is just around the corner. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying this beautiful weather. We have some more beautiful weather this weekend, of course. So we want to get you outdoors and let you volunteer and have some fun while doing it. And so my first guest I want to bring in is with the Walk to Defeat ALS. And this is a perfect weekend for it. This is happening in the Woodlands. And so we have Paige here. She's with the ALS Texas chapter. Paige, good morning.
Good morning, Denise. Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. So glad to have you with us. So this is happening tomorrow. I know you have two going on, but first tell us about the one that's going on tomorrow.
Absolutely. Our Walk to Defeat ALS is going to be hosted at the Lone Star College, Montgomery campus. And it'll be out at the Woodlands. So our registration opens at 9 a.m. And we'll be out there throughout the morning walking, gathering together and just celebrating all those Texans that have been diagnosed with ALS, showing them that they are not alone. We are one big state and we are there to support them.
And I'm sure the volunteers mean a lot during this time. What is it that you need from them to help make this a successful walk?
Absolutely. Thanks, Denise. We do have a lot of local schools that have already signed up in support of our walk, but we need plenty more volunteers and lots more donors. Our volunteers come out. They're an integral part of what we do on our event day. And it also shows the family that it's not just people that are personally connected to ALS. It's our youth. And it's our amazing community here in the greater Houston area when they come out to volunteer and give back in a philanthropic way.
And so what are some of the things that you need the volunteers to do? We're showing some pictures here now. It looks like, a lot of them are communicating and talking to the folks there, helping them out with registration, perhaps. What are some other things that you need them to do?
Absolutely. So we have different spots along our walk. So we need cheerleaders. We need people holding up signs, celebrating each team as they walk by, and just making sure that everybody's on the path and has all of the recognition and incentive items that we have there for them, along with our Unlock ALS, which is a different color representing different reasons for people being out there to walk to defeat ALS.
And are there, I guess, can younger kids kind of participate if they want to volunteer, if they want to make it a family event and bring out everyone, to the walk?
Absolutely. We do ask those that are under 12 to be accompanied by an adult, but we welcome everybody and all families.
Okay. And so, as you mentioned, you do have another one on October the 15th. Give us some details about that and if the volunteers need to start signing up right now for that one as well.
Yes, and thanks to Volunteer Houston, we do have that up and running October 15th at the Lenuson Park at the University of Houston main campus is where that walk will be, kind of following the same timeline with a 9 a.m. registration, and we'll be there throughout the morning. The site is cleared by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but obviously our families are welcome to stay and enjoy the park, and hopefully we'll have just as better luck with the weather that we do today.
Yeah, and so how many volunteers are you looking for? I know it's going on from 7 to 1. So are you looking for like all the volunteers to stay there throughout the entire walk?
So we know that everybody has different things going on throughout the weekend. So we do have different shifts, and they're welcome to sign up for whatever shift fits best under their schedule. And it'll follow the same thing. We need cheerleaders along the walk path, making sure everybody is hydrated and has water. Also just kind of telling our families that they're out there supporting them. We need help with registration. We also need help at our opening ceremonies, making sure that everybody is kind of lined up, ready to go, so that when we do cut the ribbon, we're all organized and done in a timely fashion.
Do you still need quite a few volunteers?
We do. The more the merrier. We'll never, ever say no to a volunteer. We welcome them at any time, so they can sign up now, or if they find out that their schedule's open the day before, they're welcome to just walk on in. It's not a problem.
And I know you mentioned what it means to the families, but what's this experience kind of like for the volunteers as well?
So ALS is not a really well-known disease, so it does bring more information, which helps us sharing our advocacy part of the piece of our mission. So having volunteers come out that may not know anything about ALS, they see how it affects the family and brings the community together.
That's wonderful. Well, I hope you guys have a great turnout, Paige. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
We appreciate it. And thank you to everybody. Thank you for your time.
Of course. All right, so I have another guest on this morning. Let's see, we have Sarah Siddiqui. Sarah, I don't know if I said your your last name correct. I meant to ask you, what's your last name?
It's Siddiqui, but it's changing in 2 months, so don't learn it.
Oh, well, congratulations. I got it right, and you're getting married. How nice.
Thank you, but my new last name is not any easier, so.
Well, Sarah is with the American Cancer Society, and you all have this really big event that's actually happening next year, but you need volunteers now because that's how huge it is. Tell us about this.
Yes, so the Cattle Barons Ball is one of American Cancer Society's signature Western galas. Mm-hmm. It's been around for almost 50 years. Next year will be 50 years, but Houston is in its 36th year. And we are one of the biggest ones in the nation. We are, I think, second or third to Dallas, which is the biggest one. And this year alone, the 27 Cattle Barons balls in the nation will raise over $17 million for the American Cancer Society.
That is incredible. So how many volunteers are you looking for? My goodness, if you have to plan out this early ahead of time, I'm sure you need quite a few.
Yes, my answer is similar to Paige. We will never say no. We need everyone right now, all hands on deck. For our committee roles, we have about, I would say 50 to 60 roles to fill, but those are ever growing. And I bet next month we'll have 2 more committees that we didn't know we needed to have. So it's ever flowing, ever growing. But especially around the actual event in a year, we will need even more external volunteers, what we call them, which is pretty much boots on the ground folks who come day of event. So there's unlimited opportunities.
Well, tell us about some of those committees in case, people want to pick and choose which one they feel, more comfortable with.
Yes. So right now there's about 12 committees that we have, and pretty much every skill set and interest is reached by those committees. So we have auction committee, we have sponsorship committee, underwriting committee, hospitality, if you're into the food and beverage world or sector in Houston. And there's so many more. And we have age ranges from people right out of college, like those people sitting in registration right there. They're some of our Baylor College of Medicine volunteers. And then we also have folks who are later in life, maybe retired, who this is, kind of fun for them to get involved with, might have more time. And so there's a huge age range, which in my opinion is a great networking experience for our volunteers. And the committees also, they range in age and life stage. So it's a really great group to be a part of. And it's really fun, in my opinion. I joined on late last year before the ball and got to meet all of our committee members. And it's a really, really great time. And our staff helps obviously along the way with the volunteering committee. So we're involved in every step of the way.
And even though you said it's September of next year, there are going to be a lot of things going on leading up to that. So kind of talk about the timeline so that, people who are interested can get an idea of when they may be available to help out.
Yes. So we just announced our save the date a few weeks ago. And so you'll see that being blasted out here in the next few months. But in the next month or so, we are doing kind of the crunch or the mass outreach of volunteer asks. So in November, we'll have our first volunteer committee meeting, and at the beginning of November, and hopefully before all the Friendsgivings and everything gets crazy. And then as soon as that happens, we'll kind of hit the ground running, and we'll have a few what we call feeder events in the spring for the Cattle Barons balls. Those have not been announced yet, but our committees will be heavily involved in the planning of those.
Okay. And tell us a little bit more about this night, because you mentioned pig races. And so I was intrigued.
Yes.
Tell us what else is going on.
Yeah, it's the most incredible gala you'll probably be at in your entire life. I was floored when I walked in. So there are pig races, there's gaming, there's live big board and silent auctions that our guests can partake in. There's really great food. We've had, last year Berg Hospitality, he catered our event and it was amazing. We have fun cocktails. And then the big hitter for most of our guests is that we have a country headliner every year. So last year we had Lady A, we've had Blake Shelton, we've had Josh Abbott Band. Anyone that you can think of has probably been in Texas at a Cattle Barons Ball, benefiting the American Cancer Society. So we're very grateful for all of the entertainment that we're able to get. And it's just a great time, especially for volunteers, because, all of their hard work is, right in front of them, and they have a great time, and we allow them, of course, to partake in it. Our committee members who buy very discounted rate tickets are able to partake in the event.
Awesome. And so I guess, what would you say to volunteers if this is their first time signing up for something like this? What do they need to know? What do they need to be prepared for?
So one of the QR codes that you just showed kind of explains a lot of the requirements, because if you're anything like me, I like to know what I'm signing up for. Okay. So we tried to really target this year to be transparent about the role descriptions and the time commitments, and they're not exact. Some may be more, some may be less, but I would say scroll through those and read through to see if it fits your schedule. But just know that anything that is on there, we can be flexible with, because we know that things change. And we're grateful for any help that we can get.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, is there anything else that we need to mention about it before we?
No, I would say if you're interested in joining us in November for that first meeting, go ahead and do that inquiry form. And it won't, if you just put a note in there saying that you're just signing up for the happy hour, then we'll include you in that, and I'll reach out personally.
Okay, awesome. And is there any other way that, they can get involved or do something to help out the American Cancer Society if they can't sign up for this?
Yes, we have a general volunteer inquiry form for many ACS events that we have here in Houston. There's a young professionals group. There's about a dozen ways that you can get involved in Houston American Cancer Society alone. So there's if you just go to cancer.org, you can find volunteer opportunities in Houston for our organization.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sarah Siddiqui, for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Denise.
All right. We have one more guest here that I want to bring in, Ms. Chelsea Cantrell, WorkFaith volunteer. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Okay. First of all, I love that chair that you're sitting in. You look so relaxed.
Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you.
I too, just enjoying this beautiful weather. I'm jealous. So, so tell us about this 14th annual By Faith breakfast, because you guys are getting started pretty early in the morning too.
Yes. So this is an early morning breakfast, but it's to celebrate all of the things that WorkFaith has done, and to just let everyone know what we're doing moving forward. So it's a fun event. It is early. We are asking our volunteers to be out at 6:30. The event starts at 7 a.m. And goes until 8:30. But they get a free breakfast. They get some very great speakers. They get to hear about what we're doing, and everything is included. It's at the beautiful Hilton Americas in downtown Houston. So it's going to be a wonderful event. We are looking for volunteers to help in several capacities. So we have volunteers that will come in and help with the registration process as people come in. Just getting them registered. And then we have volunteers that we need to take those guests and get them to their seat. So our seat attendants. We also have volunteers that we are just asking to come to attend the event and then fill out a survey at the end. Tell us what they thought of the event, what they thought could be better, how they like the food, that sort of thing.
Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty easy. Sign me
up. Right? We even pay for your parking. So it's a win-win.
That is awesome. So, and I guess I should have started, but for people who may not be aware, tell us a little bit about WorkFaith.
Yeah, so at WorkFaith, we provide faith-based training to anyone who desires long-term employment. So we have a variety of clientele, but the most of our clientele are people coming out of not the best situations. Sometimes we get people coming out of prison or recovering addicts that just need the soft skills to get their foot in the door, trying to make a change in their life, and they want to get into long-term employment to better themselves. So we help them with that. We help them with their applicant coaching. We do mock interviews. And again, that's another volunteer opportunity
I
that
was
we
just
have.
going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So we use volunteers to provide those mock interviews. And what's great about it is it can be done virtually. So our volunteers, can be retired, or they could be a CEO that doesn't have much time, but has an hour that they can give on a Thursday afternoon and log in and provide a mock interview to one of our clients and give them feedback on how to interview. So yeah, it's great opportunities. We have application advisors where we literally just send the volunteer an application from one of our clients, and they look it over and they make edits and suggestions. So being able to be very flexible is great. And it allows us to provide more volunteer opportunities to several people.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot of different unique things that they can sign up for. Are all of those on Volunteer Houston's website or their portal?
Yes, so you can find them on
mentioned?
Volunteer Houston. You can also go to workfaith.org and find all of our volunteer opportunities there as well.
Okay, pretty cool. So how many do you need for this particular event, though, the breakfast event? How many are you looking for?
So I don't have a cap on my surveyor volunteer position. I want as many people, as many volunteers that we can get to come out and tell us how they enjoyed the event. As far as the check-in welcome crew and the seat attendance cleanup crew, I need about 5 for each position.
Okay, not bad. And what are the shifts?
So just one shift. So they will arrive there at 6:30, and they'll be done when the event ends at 8:30. The cleanup crew, we will ask to stay an additional 30 minutes. So they'll be done at 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's awesome. Is there anything else they need to know before they sign up? Do they need to bring anything?
They won't need to bring anything. So once they sign up, I will be in contact with them, providing training that when they arrive at 6:30, they'll also get a brief training so that they're well prepared for everything that they'll encounter that morning.
Nice. All right. And I guess I should ask, though, since they'll be around a lot of people, do they need to wear a mask? Is this, just by choice?
That's optional. So they can wear a mask if they would like to, but it's not required.
All right. Awesome. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you guys have a great breakfast.
Thank you.
All right. And let's go ahead and bring in Volunteer Houston. We have CG Norris joining us this morning. Hey there. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Denise. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we've got some great weather. Do we have any more outdoor volunteer opportunities going on this weekend?
I actually don't have any outdoor opportunities I could talk about this morning. I do have an opportunity with WHAM, West Houston Assistance Ministries. They're looking for help with client registration. So they offer online registration processes, but many families and individuals cannot complete it for numerous reasons, from no access to internet, no phone, no computer, unable to translate, or they might be a senior who doesn't quite understand the process. The impact volunteers make helping these individuals and families is so immense. So WHAM is looking for volunteers to help register families they serve from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you're looking for something to do on the weekdays, WHAM staff will train you on what you need to do, which is effortless. It's pretty simple process. Anyone who speaks another language is very highly encouraged to help, as we are seeing a significant increase in clients or we're getting a lot of clients from South America. So if you speak Spanish, that would be really awesome if you can come help out.
Okay, cool. And we have one more event going on too?
Yeah, so there's the October community event with Becoming Kings and Queens. They're looking for volunteers to come help with distribution of resources like clothing and home goods to the community. The purpose of this event is to offer assistance and provide the community with necessities and goods to improve quality of life. There's 3 shifts you can sign up for. It's 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., which is set up, 9 a.m. to noon for distribution, and noon to 2 p.m. I don't have too much more information on this one, but they have all their information listed on the Volunteer Houston portal.
Okay. And speaking of which, if there's someone watching who hasn't gone to the portal or hasn't signed up to be a volunteer, it's pretty easy, right? Tell them what they need to do.
Yeah, it's super simple. You just go on volunteerhue.org. You'll log on there. Just log in. It says VH Portal. Super easy. It takes about 3 minutes to make a account, and then from there you can browse numerous volunteer opportunities. If you're looking for something outside this weekend, you can tailor that to you. If you're looking for something more ongoing, there's so many opportunities on there. I could talk about them for hours, but I'll let you guys browse them yourselves and really find what suits you.
There really are. I love that. I love that there's so many different ones to choose from. So CG, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And thank you all for joining us this morning to tell us about, your volunteer opportunities that are happening. I hope you guys have great turnouts. And for those of you watching, have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. Bye-bye.
Thank you.